Hello everyone, welcome to Ponderings of the Priest. 2 Sundays ago, the confirmation class and I, the youth confirmation class and I were talking about what it means to present ourselves to God. And the question that triggered it all was, why do we get dressed up for church? And that led into a larger conversation about, the ways that we present ourselves to God. And so in the course of that conversation, what we came up with was that one Sunday we thought it would be grand to have a tuxedo silly sock Sunday. You may yet see that. But to the tuxedos and the silly socks, the question came, if you were invited to dinner by someone you really admired, whether it be a famous person, a political figure, or a sports figure you admired, how would you prepare yourself to go to dinner? It's Jesus calling Zacchaeus out of the tree. Hey, I'm coming over for dinner tonight. What would we do to prepare ourselves for that? And we talked about, one of the boys said, I'd put a tuxedo on. And so what that goes to is the ways that we present ourselves to God, that because of our acknowledgement of who Jesus is for us and all that God has done for us through Jesus, how are we to present ourselves to God? And that would be, in its metaphorical sense at the best, to put a tuxedo or a formal gown on and to present our very best to God. Paul tells us in numerous epistles how we are to clothe ourselves before God in righteousness, in love, in peace, to put the very best of the gifts of the Spirit on, in not only presenting ourselves to God, but presenting ourselves to the world as God's ambassadors. The core of it can go through a couple of psalms. There are many psalms of our attitude about this. This is Psalm 111. Hallelujah! I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. In the assembly of the upright, in the congregation, great are the deeds of the Lord. They are to be studied by all who delight in him. That we are to put on our very best based in that. And then part of Psalm 139. I will thank you because I am marvelously made. Your works are wonderful and I know it well. And to because of this attitude, which will then take us to the silly socks, that we present the very best of who we are, that we are the temple of the Spirit, and we are to honor that and present that to God. So our pondering today is, do we do that? Do we do that? How do we present ourselves to God in the world around us? And one of the ways that can also inspire that to the silly socks is Jesus said, I came that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. To allow ourselves, as Paul tells us, to rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Give thanks in all things. Put on those silly socks and find the joy in your daily living and wear them and walk in them and be a part of them and let them be a part of you. So for our pondering for this week, let us ponder together, how am I dressed today before God and before the world? And have I put on that joy that Paul encourages us to find, that Jesus tells us is there for us to claim? So may you have, in the coming week, a tuxedo silly sock week. Have a wonderful day, everyone.